This is a capstone presentation for the completion of my graduate studies at the University of Houston Masters in Curriculum and Instruction. Digital Warriors, Transforming Engagement with Google Forms. Hi, hello. My name is Romero. I'm a former science educator with 6 years of experience in the classroom. I left the classroom in 2020 for a career break, but as of last year, I transitioned back to education as an instructional technologist in Houston ISD. I was placed at a campus where I provide support to one of the district's highest performing K-8 campuses. During my time as an instructional technologist, I observed a significant gap in teacher understanding when it came to effectively incorporating technology into their teaching practices. Teachers would continue with direct instruction almost 90% of the class period, despite having access to these devices that could transform student learning and engagement. Students were clearly uninterested. Many were distracted by their new personal devices, and all were left unchallenged. Not only did this feel like a disservice to this unique population, but it also undermined the whole purpose of the district's initiative to incorporate tech in the lower grade levels. I wanted to give my teachers the benefit of the doubt, that they just didn't know what possibilities were available to them regarding technology or the different applications our district provided. I realized with my own experience and my graduate studies, I could potentially draw a solution for this issue at my campus to bridge the divide between traditional teaching methods and more effective technology-driven pedagogical approaches. In the remainder of this presentation, I will share the steps and process I used to create a professional development opportunity for my teachers utilizing Google Forms. I will be utilizing the ADDIE framework, Analyze, Design, Develop, Implement, Evaluate, as a guide for my thought process throughout my capstone. So we begin with A, Analysis. What's the problem? The problem I discussed earlier was that teachers lack the knowledge of educational tools that could enhance their lessons digitally. By addressing this problem, the potential for engaging students may increase and further aid their learning. The target audience are teachers, and in my case, those that teach kindergarten through 8th grade. Next is D, Design. My capstone objectives are to identify the reasons for the disparity in teachers' educational technology usage and ways to mitigate disparity through research. Second, to develop a solution based off my research to this disparity using what I learned in CUIN 7930, Instructional Design. And lastly, to design instructional materials that would model to teachers how to incorporate technology more effectively in their lessons. Another aspect of design was my literature review that I completed in CUIN 7347, Seminar in Learning Design and Technology. This literature review delves into the disparity among teachers in effectively utilizing educational technology, exploring factors influencing technology adoption and the impact that this technology can have on student engagement. Some of the influences that I found were that teachers' beliefs, access to hardware and software, and training/professional development hindered their technology uses. Some solutions I found to mitigate these barriers were teacher education programs, as well as strategic professional development. Moving on to the second D, Development. So most of my time spent in CUIN 7390 Instructional Design revolved around the Dick and Carey model. I used this model to determine the instructional strategies I would implement with my teachers as a solution to the problem. More specifically, I designed a professional development opportunity for my middle school teachers surrounding Google Forms and its ability to model a virtual escape room for students. I conducted a learner and context analysis, identified a learning goal, designed performance objectives, subsequent skills, instructional strategies and materials, and developed appropriate evaluation and evaluation tools. All the components that I just listed are accessible in greater detail through my capstone website. Moving on to I, Implementation in the form of multimedia. The multimedia I created complements multiple aspects of my capstone. As an aspect of my literature review, I created an animation defining student engagement in CUIN 7389 Digital Media. As an aspect of the professional development I designed, I created an introduction video to Google Forms and its potential uses in the classroom, also in CUIN 7389 Digital Media. There are 2 other multimedia products I created that can be accessed from my Capstone website, specifically instructional materials to be used in the professional development over Google Forms. Those 2 are a screenshot walkthrough of how to create a Google Form escape room and a screencast video walkthrough. My coursework overall has contributed to the creation of these multimedia products, as well as the creation and delivery of this presentation. And the final step in ADDIE, evaluation. This capstone project has been a transformative journey in my master's studies. As evidenced using instructional design methodologies and technology integration, I am equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to drive meaningful change within educational settings. As I reflect on the culmination of my studies and what I've been able to take away from this capstone, here's what I've found. That it has enhanced my own development as an instructional technologist. I have been able to take what I am learning, have learned, and find real-world application to it in my role with my teachers. My findings from my literature review also helped me to review the importance of my role in supporting teachers with educational technology implementation and how vital my support is for the success of technology. Secondly, learning about the Dick and Carey model really opened my eyes to the entire process that goes into a single learning goal. I thought as a teacher I was good at planning a lesson from beginning to end. However, I realize now that instructional designers really must dissect learning for optimal outcomes. There are some similarities that cross between the 2 professions, but learning about the instructional design process would have strengthened me as a classroom teacher. It, though, has helped me in my current role because I do design professional development for my teachers. I have also enjoyed all the multimedia courses throughout the program. I was able to take bits and pieces from my coursework and build off each of them in this capstone. Whether it was a video creation or simply making a PowerPoint, I have a new lens and appreciation for multimedia. And lastly, my hope is to take what I've learned and further my career outside of the education realm and into different sectors such as the health industry to experience how instructional design would look in that space. This capstone experience has not only fortified my understanding of curriculum development and technological applications, but has also fueled my enthusiasm to contribute to the evolving landscape of learning in unconventional arenas.